Is USA going to default for the first ever time in the history?
Economic experts warn there would be dire financial consequences.
No deal on the debt ceiling.
The government literally does not have the cash to pay the bills. Any bills.
United States of America is going towards a tipping point regarding the enormous financial debt the country has amassed in the past few decades. So the big question is, what will happen to the people? Will the government be able to pay the monthly salaries to the state employees? Will they raise the taxes furthermore? What will happen to the American banking systems? Let's dig deep into the situation and get proper answers to all your questions. Welcome all of you to Capital Trust, the most trusted pathway to your financial success. So according to the current situation, if USA federal government failed to pay for its Social Security services, Medicare and all other obligations, they will have to announce a default on the state finances. That means at least 30% of U.S. citizens will lose their jobs, interest rates on credit cards and mortgages will soon skyrocket in big numbers, the U.S. stock market will crash with a record amount of 45% decline, and last but not least, the USA credit ratings will drop from a AAA position to B or even C levels. You might wonder why all of this is happening right now. And how is this happening to the greatest economic giant on earth? Well, to be honest, the method America used to become this economic giant has backfired, and it's eating the country's economy alive now.
The Department of Treasury has already reached the current debt limit of $31.4 trillion in January of this year, but has taken what they call extraordinary measures to avoid default.
Simply, the USA is spending far more than it actually earns. If you think about your income and expenses, if your monthly salary is not enough to cover your bills, mortgage, vehicle lease, food and rations and many more payments, you will have to take out loans to support your daily practices or stop and cut off some of your expenses. This is exactly what the federal government of USA has been doing all these years. To cover up for their expenses, they have taken more and more debt as a practice, since many decades' time. They take debt by selling bonds. Unfortunately, USA federal government currently cannot match its expenses even by the current uptake of debt. That is simply because the interest on the debt is just too much, and to be honest, USA has $30 trillion debt which has a gigantic compound interest building on, and that is actually greater than their defense expenditure. According to the experts, this has already started destroying the economy in an irreversible way. What can the government do now? Thank you for joining Capital Trust. Subscribe to our channel for more financial advice.